crypto, if I decline linearly from 30 to 40 and end up at 40 making 20 million, which would be well below, what guys like Scherzer and Verlander are making at 40. Let's just say I declined linearly, then I would have averaged 30,750 for 10 years. So that'd be 300 million plus the,
And you were innocent. So $350 million to $400 million, and you were innocent.
Sick. And it's even sicker because the judge finally ordered that bitch, Lindsey Hill, to pay something, but she refusing to pay. Yeah, so the LA judge has ordered Trevor Bauer's accuser to pay him a whopping 300 bands. So an LA judge has officially ordered Trevor Bauer's accuser, Lindsey Hill, to pay him back a whopping 300 bands. 300 bands, bro. I'm sure y'all remember the case, was about 4 years ago at this point, where some bitch cried grape, tried to set him up, you know what I'm saying? But it was all documented in text messages, how she was trying to set him up. You feel me? Trevor Bauer is outstanding. He still is an outstanding major league pitcher. If you go to his YouTube channel, bro, he still be busting motherfuckers' heads. He made a whole YouTube channel of him pitching, bro. But bro lost out on $350 to $400 million because a bitch lied. And Major League Baseball, they canceled him, kicked him the fuck out of there, bro. But yeah, a few days ago, LA court orders Trevor Bauer's accuser to pay him over $300K for a settlement violation. Lindsey Hill claims on social media she will defy the judge's order to pay Trevor. Shit, he up here speaking on Fox News. Let's see.
3 years ago, he was the best pitcher in baseball. Within months, though, he had a contract for more than $100 million, and that's when his life changed. The LA Dodgers gave Trevor Bauer a huge contract in February of 2021. Within 5 months, he was out of baseball entirely, placed on administrative leave. This after explosive allegations of sexual assault against him. Baseball gave him the harshest suspension ever. Eventually, he was released by the Dodgers and is now, he says, fighting for his reputation and his career. Trevor Bauer is here to tell his story for the first time on television.
Clearly, bro, innocent, dog. Clearly, it's fucking day, bro, innocent. These companies, especially these fucking sports leagues, got to get it together, bro. You gonna hang this man out to dry, clear this motherfucker, ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Hire the motherfucker back. You see him still out here throwing the motherfucking rocket. You know what I'm saying? Right that wrong, bro. And stop letting these men be fucking victims, bro. That's bullshit, dog. That shit's sick. That's sick. It's sick. It's sickening, bro. 100 mil. Because we gonna believe what a bitch say. Same old story, right?
Good morning to you.
Oh, good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Why have you been quiet for 2 years?
Well, there's been a lot of stuff going on, legal process playing out, MLB stuff playing out, and just hasn't been the right time. But finally able to talk about things now, and happy to be able to do so.
There's a couple of things I want to get into. Some of these allegations are brutal.
Been talking about it. Been up on fucking podcasts talking about it. That's probably why she got her ass in fucking trouble too. It's probably why they trying to make her pay 300 bands, because she's supposed to shut the fuck up during court proceedings, but she out here spreading fucking misinformation.
Graphic, and I would like your explanation.
Yep.
This goes back to April of 2021 and May of 2021, that same year. So Lindsey Hill is your accuser. You sued her and gained access to her phone.
Yes.
And in May of 2021, this is the video that we can show our viewers that she took in your bedroom
Yep.
in Pasadena, California. Tell me about this.
Yeah, I've spoken about it in a YouTube video I put out. We had to sue her to get access to it. It was originally withheld from us in the original court proceedings. I think it speaks for itself. I think everyone can watch it and kind of draw their own conclusions on what that is. It was taken a couple minutes before she left my house.
Okay, so then her lawyers later released a photo, and it shows scratches on the side of her face. It shows both of her eyes bruised, and we can show our viewers that photo now. And it's tough to see.
Yeah.
Can you explain this picture?
I know what she looked like when she left my house. I know what her demeanor was like. What happened afterwards, I have no idea. So it's something you'd have to ask her. But I think the video speaks for itself on what she looked like when I last saw her.
So you're not denying that you were with her?
No, I was with her, clearly. Yeah, I'm right there in the video, sleeping. That was me.
Yeah. We spoke, and you told me the
Ain't
sex
no
was
swelling.
consensual.
Yes.
You believe that?
Ain't no swelling. Just a little makeup. Ain't no shine. Ain't no whatever, bruh. We've been here, done this already, man. Just can't help but to get bothered by this bullshit, bruh.
100%. I've never sexually assaulted anyone, never will, never have. It's not who I am as a person. It's been excruciating the last 2.5 years being seen that way, because that's not my character. But I've never sexually assaulted anyone.
But you know, Trevor, there are allegations from other women. I think there are 3. Are they lying too?
Some of those things are still playing out, but we will prevail in all of those. There's one outstanding lawsuit, but we're gonna win that, just like we've won everything else.
Well, you were given, in a manner of speaking, a death sentence from baseball. You had a huge contract,
Yep.
and you had a hell of a future in front of you, and then it was gone.
Yep.
You went to Japan to play for a year,
Yep.
and now you're back. Is there a team in baseball that's interested in having Trevor Bauer pitch to them?
Well, my agents are having those conversations. We've spoken with a lot of different teams. Free agency is a weird process that plays out differently every single year. The timing is different every single year. We'll see.
Well, you told me that in the past you've ticked a lot of people off because you're pretty free with your words.
Yep.
Is that the reason why baseball did what it did?
Look, I'm not.
Or do you think Major League Baseball knew something else?
No, I'm not sure exactly why they did what they did. I know that I've made mistakes. That's kind of what I'm trying to focus on. How do I get better from the experiences that I've had? I made mistakes in my personal life. I'm really detail-oriented when it comes to baseball and my training, but I didn't apply the same level of scrutiny to my personal life. And I made mistakes. I agreed to do things that I shouldn't have done. It was reckless. It hurt a lot of people along the way. Made things very difficult for Major League Baseball, for the Dodgers, my teammates, friends, family, people close to me. So I've done a lot of reflecting on that and made a lot of changes in my life to address that. Not having casual sexual relationships anymore, for example. I also, I made a lot of people in the media mad. I was very immature with how I handled things when people would write things about me that I didn't agree with. I should have just had a private adult conversation with someone. I was bullied a lot as a kid and don't really want to get into that, but at the time I viewed my responses on social media as like standing up for myself and having a voice, and I think that was just an immature.
You say you were bullied as a kid. That's what you said?
Yeah.
You're 32 now?
I'm 32, yes.
Okay, so you think you're a new person?
I've grown up a lot, for sure.
You have? You've matured on this?
Yeah. My viewpoints now are drastically different than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah. Things are more, different things are important to me.
Do you think, in a way, that you've been a victim here, or are you
No, I don't.
making excuses?
No, I don't see it in those terms at all. I just try to reflect accurately on how I can be better, what caused me to do the things that I do, so I can address those in my life and handle them in a way that I'm more proud of in the future.
Today, Trevor, if a team said, hey, come on,
How the fuck is he not a victim and the bitch is lying? The bitch lied, he lost a $100 million contract. Point blank, period. Come on, Fox News, you can do better than that. You can do better than that, bro. $400 million, bro. I don't give a damn how immature or what other shit he was talking or the contract was pulled because the bitch lied. That's it. That's it. You feel me? Anyway, there's a L.A. Superior Court judge ordered the woman who accused Trevor Bauer of SA to pay more than 300 bands for violating the terms of a settlement agreement on Monday. Lindsey Hill accused Bauer of SA in 2021, leading to an MLB investigation that resulted in a massive suspension of Trevor. They would ultimately settle their lawsuits in 2023, with Bauer suing Hill for defamation while she sued for assault and battery. It was agreed that neither party would pay the other, but that changed after LA Superior Court Judge Daniel Crowley ordered Hill to pay Bauer 300 bands. This comes after Hill's attorney told Bauer's attorney in an email that she would receive 300 bands from an insurance policy. I remember that. And the judge like, how you going? You can't get shit. All right, you getting 300 bands? Get that bitch right back to Trev. Yeah, Bauer is to receive 220 for damages. Bro, see, that's blasphemy. That's diabolical. 220 bands for damages. You need to hike that bitch up to 400 milli, but she can't pay that shit. And she not gonna pay this shit according to what the article said. But Bowers to receive 220 for damages, while attorney fees 70 bands, interest 16 bands, and costs 4,200, bringing the grand total to more than 309,000. Hill breached their settlement agreement with each other by discussing Trev on podcasts and in public appearances. Bowers sued Hill in October when the suit cited 21 claims on the podcast or social media, which were all alleged violations of their settlement agreement that prohibited her from saying Bauer or any representative. Hold on, say that again. Which were all alleged violations of the settlement agreement that prohibited her from saying Bauer or any representative paid her any money as consideration for the settlement. Hill never contested or responded to the suit from Bauer. In turn, Crowley granted Bauer a default victory after Hill's attorneys told Bauer's attorneys they had not made a strong enough case in February and then did not justify their fees in April. While she has been ordered to pay Bauer, Hill went on a social media rant saying she would not oblige by the court's decision. That's a cold bitch, but clearly she cold because she came up with this whole fucking plot to take bro down any goddamn way, but she got to stand on it. She got to stand on it, bro. Here's all I'm going to say. He will never see a cent from me, and he knows this. Hill posted on X with a heart emoji. I was awarded $300K over what he did to me in 2021, and I refuse to participate in this suit in any way, shape, or form. He will never see a cent. I refuse to give him money or my sanity. Love, y'all. Bauer's agent clapped back with her own post on X account after seeing Hill's response. Note, I'm not sure she understands how the law works. Despite her claims, she doesn't get to decide whether she pays him or not. Bauer will be able to garnish her wages and seize any assets. Additionally, she cannot appeal when she simply chose not to participate and defend herself against the lawsuit. Lastly, any money she's conned from her insurance company initially was paid because they simply wanted to get the hell out of it because it was a losing case for them. Hill responded, "Oh, sissy, when you battle a sociopath for years on end, you set your life up to not have your name tied to any assets. In terms of garnishing wages, ain't gonna happen, baby. Catch me if you can. So sorry I won't be contributing to your date night fund." This bitch is crazy. Bauer is currently pitching in Japan's Nippon Professional Baseball League. He's been out of MLB for the past 4 years due to the claims that led to a 324-game suspension by MLB, but it was later reduced to 194 games after an appeal. His suspension may be up, but no MLB team has brought Bauer back into the field. Bauer has never been one to shy away from sharing his thoughts, and he was not going to in this case. Bauer suggested this past August that MLB is the reason he cannot sign with another team, not because the team does not believe in his talent. He most recently called out MLB after Pete Rose and other deceased former ball players were taken off league's permanently ineligible list. So since Pete is welcome back now, does that go for anyone else who's been blackballed? Bauer asked on X, or do you actually have to be guilty of something to qualify for that? Yeah, he firing shots, bro. They're not going to take him back, bro. They're not going to take him back, old woke-ass MLB, bro, like all these other fucking leagues, bro. Woke, progressive, feminist, women first, Fuck the players. Well, clearly this bitch is a fucking piece of work, but it don't matter, dog. That's disgusting, bro. 400 milli, bro. 400, God, could you imagine this happening to you, bro? 400 milli, dog. 400 milli entirely out of your goddamn hands, bro. It's like, you know, you can be more selective of bitches, bro, but how the fuck was he supposed to know that this bitch is gonna try to set him up like that, bro? You know what I mean? When you in the limelight, though, when you got a target on your back, you gotta have due diligence, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be one night in these hoes, bro. You can't be one night standing in these hoes, dog, especially when you worth 100 milli, bro. Come on, dog. You know, immaturity definitely got him there, bro, but it wasn't deserving of this, and it certainly ain't deserving of the MLB blackballing him and not allowing him to do what the fuck he's best at, bro. Cubs was the best pitcher in Major League Baseball when he was balling, but, you know, it's neither here nor there now because the bitch crying wolf and, you know, motherfuckers don't care. 400 milli, though. 350 milli, bro. Man, I couldn't sleep at night, dog. Fuck.